Recipes as JSX. One of the reasons that we have grown to love React is that it allows us to write web applications with beautiful code. It is extremely rewarding to create beautifully written 10 modules that clearly communicate how the application functions. JSX provides us with a nice, clean way to express React elements in our code that makes sense to us and is immediately readable by the engineers that make up our community. The drawback of JSX is that it is not readable by the browser. Before our code can be interpreted by the browser, it needs to be converted from JSX into pure React. The array in example 5-5 contains 2 recipes, and they represent our application's current state. Example 5-5. Array of recipes. Var data equals. Name baked salmon, ingredients. Name salmon, amount 1, measurement L pound. Name pine nuts, amount 1, measurement cup. Name butter lettuce, amount 2, measurement cups. Name yellow squash, amount 1, measurement med. Name olive oil, amount 0.5, measurement cup. Name garlic, amount 3, measurement cloves. Steps. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Spread the olive oil around a glass baking dish. Add the salmon, garlic, and pine nuts to the dish. Bake for 15 minutes. Add the yellow squash and put back in the oven for 30 minutes. Remove from oven and let cool for 15 minutes. DD the lettuce and serve. Name fish tacos, ingredients. Name white fish, amount 1, measurement L pound. Name cheese, amount 1, measurement cup. Name iceberg lettuce, amount 2, measurement cups. Name tomatoes, amount 2, measurement large. Name tortillas, amount 3, measurement med. Steps. Cook the fish on the grill until hot. Place the fish on the 3 tortillas. Top them with lettuce, tomatoes, and cheese. The data is expressed in an array of 2 JavaScript objects. Each object contains the name of the recipe, a list of the ingredients required, and a list of steps necessary to cook the recipe. We can create a UI for these recipes with 2 components, a menu component for list. In the recipes and a recipe component that describes the UI for each recipe. It's the menu component that we will render to the DOM. We will pass our data to the menu component with a property called recipes example 5-6. Example 5-6. SI code structure. / the data, an array of recipe objects var data equals. / a stateless functional component for an individual recipe const recipe equals props equals. / a stateless functional component for the menu of recipes const menu equals props equals. / a call to React DOM.render to render our menu into the current DOM React DOM.render. Equals data title equals delicious recipes / document.getElement build React container. S6 support. We will be using S6 in this file as well. When we transpile our code from JSX to pure React, Babel will also convert S6 into COM. Mon S5 JavaScript that is readable by all browsers. Any S6b. Tools used have been discussed in Chapter 2. The React elements within the menu component are expressed as JSX example 5-7. Everything is contained within an article element, a header element, an H1L, meant, and a div.recipes element are used to describe the DOM for our menu. The value for the title property will be displayed as text within the H1. Example 5 to 7. L. In new component structure. Const menu equals props equals props dot title equals recipes. Inside of the div.recipes element, we add a component for each recipe. Example 5 to 8. Example 5 to 8. Ma. Ping recipe data equals recipes. Props.recipes.macrosite I equals key equals I name equals recipe.name. Ingredients equals recipe.ingredients. Steps equals recipe.steps /. In order to list the recipes within the div.recipes element, we use curly braces to add a JavaScript expression that will return an array of children. We can use the map function on the props.recipes array to return a component for each object within the array. As mentioned previously, each recipe contains a name, some ingredients, and cooking instructions steps. We will need to pass this data to each recipe as props. Also remember that we should use the key property to uniquely identify each element. Using the JSX spread operator can improve our code. EJSX spread operator works like the object spread operator discussed in Chapter 2. It will add each field of the recipe object as a property of the recipe component. The syntax in example 5 to 9 accomplishes the same results. Example 5 to 9. E. Enhancement JSX spread operator. Props.recipes.macrosite I equals key equals I recipe /. Another place we can make an S6 improvement to our menu component is where we take in the props argument. W. You can use object destructuring to scope the variables to this function. This allows us to access the title and recipes variables directly, no longer having to prefix them with props. Example 5 to 10. Example 5 to 10. Factored menu component. Const menu equals title, recipes equals title equals recipes. Recipes.macrosite I equals key equals a recipe /. Now let's code the component for each individual recipe. Example 5 to 11. Example 5 to 11. Complete recipe component. Const recipe equals name, ingredients, steps equals ID equals name dot to lowercase dot replace // g dash name equals ingredients. Ingredients dot make ingredient I equals ingredient dot name. Class name equals instructions. Cooking instructions. Steps dot map step I equals step. This component is also a stateless functional component. Each recipe has a string for the name, an array of objects for ingredients, and an array of strings for the steps. Using S6 object destructuring, we can tell this component to locally scope those fields by name so we can access them directly without having to use props.name. or props.ingredients, props.steps. The first JavaScript expression that we see is being used to set the ID attribute for the root section element. It is converting the recipe's name to a lowercase string and globally replacing spaces with dashes. The result is that baked salmon will be converted to baked salmon and recipes. If we had a recipe with the name Boston baked beans, it would be converted to Boston baked beans before it is used as the ID attribute in our UI. The value for name is also being displayed in an H1 as a text node. Inside of the unordered list, a JavaScript expression is mapping each ingredient to an element that displays the name of the ingredient. Within our instructions section, we see the same pattern being used to return a paragraph element where each step is displayed. These map functions are returning arrays of child elements. The complete code for the application should look like example 5 to 12. Example 5 to 12. F. Init code for recipe app. Const data equals. Name baked salmon, ingredients. Name salmon, amount 1, measurement L pound. Name pine nuts, amount 1, measurement cup. Name butter lettuce, amount 2, measurement cups. Name yellow squash, amount 1, measurement med. Name olive oil, amount 0.5, measurement cup. Name garlic, amount 3, measurement cloves. Steps. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Spread the olive oil around a glass baking dish. Add the salmon, garlic, and pine nuts to the dish. Bake for 15 minutes. Add the yellow squash and put back in the oven for 30 minutes. Remove from oven and let cool for 15 minutes. Add the lettuce and serve. Name fish tacos, ingredients. Name whitefish, amount 1, measurement L pound. Name cheese, amount 1, measurement cup. Name iceberg lettuce, amount 2, measurement cups. Name tomatoes, amount 2, measurement large. Name tortillas, amount 3, measurement med. Steps. Cook the fish on the grill until hot. Place the fish on the 3 tortillas, top them with lettuce, tomatoes, and cheese. Const recipe equals name, ingredients, steps equals. ID equals name dot to lowercase dot replace / g dash. Name equals ingredients. Ingredients dot map ingredient, I equals. Ingredient. Dot name. Class name equals instructions. Cooking instructions. Steps dot map step, I equals. Step. Const menu equals title, recipes equals. Title. Equals recipes. Recipes dot map recipe, I equals. Key equals a recipe / React DOM dot render equals data. Title equals delicious recipes / document dot get element read React container. When we run this code in the browser, React will construct a UI using our instructions with the recipe data as shown in Figure 5 to 2. Figure 5 to 2. Delicious recipes output. If you are using Google Chrome and you have the React Developer Tools extension installed, you can take a look at the present state of the virtual DOM. To do this, open the Developer Tools and select the React tab Figure 5 to 3. Figure 5-3. Resulting virtual DOM in React Developer Tools. Here we can see our menu and its child elements. T. Data array contains 2 objects for recipes, and we have 2 recipe elements. E. A recipe element has properties for the recipe name, ingredients, and steps. The virtual DOM is constructed based on the application's state data being passed to the menu component as a property. If we change the recipes array and re-render our menu component, React will change this DOM as efficiently as possible. Babel presets Babel 6 breaks possible transformations up into modules called presets. T requires engineers to explicitly define which transformations should be run by specifying which presets to use. T. Goal was to make everything more modular to allow div ops to decide which syntax should be converted. T. Plugins fall into a few categories, and all are opt-in based on the needs of the application. The presets you're most likely to use are Babel preset S2015 compiles S2015 or S6 to S5. Babel preset S2016 compiles what is in S2016 to S2015. Babel preset S2017 compiles what is in S2017 to S2017. Babel preset end compiles everything from S2015, S2016, S2017. A catch-all for the previous 3 presets. Babel preset React compiles JSX to React.createElement calls. When a new feature is proposed for inclusion in the ECMA script spec, it goes through stages of acceptance from stage 0, strong and newly proposed and very experimental, to stage 4, finished accepted as part of the standard. Babel provides presets for each of these stages, so you can choose which stage you want to allow in your application. Babel preset stage 0 Strawman. Babel preset stage 1 Proposal. Babel preset stage 2 Draft. Babel preset stage 3 Candidate. Intro to Webpack. Once we